Kingsley, good to have you with us. Let's do it again.
Wow. The morning after that shambolic performance, Super Eagles of Nigeria up against Lesotho, I believe that if you were to maybe take an opinion poll of football fans, maybe less than 2% would have expected that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will not pick up all 3 points against Minus Lesotho. You know, on the same day, we saw, Egypt put 6 past Djibouti. We also saw Algeria pick up a win. And we call ourselves the giant of Africa. We call ourselves, a big team when it comes to the round leader game in Africa. And then we cannot beat a Lesotho side who are ranking, over 150 on the FIFA rankings. I think this blame now should not be streamlined to just maybe an individual. See, like the last time, Uzo was the scapegoat, and then there are times where they say, oh, it is on the manager, Jose Pesero. Right now, I think everyone will have to take the blame. Everyone will have to share the blame, although some persons will take a larger chunk than the others. From the administrators, is Jose Pesero the best man to take Nigerian football to El Dorado? It's a capital letter no, because if you look at his track record, where is he coming from? What had he done before? Bringing him to tinker the national team. You can't give what you don't have. Tactically, technically, I don't think he's up there with the best when it comes to coaching, especially even in Africa. Look at some names, Walid Regragu, the likes of Javi Renard, who have done it over time. Jose Pesero is not even ranked among. It's sad that we allowed the electoral go because the electoral was not giving us some results. And then you bring in Jose Pesero, who even looks worse than, or who is, delivering worse than a Janet Raw. And that should tell you that it would affect the team. You will see the impact on the team. How about the players also? What do they do when they come to the national team? Why do they feel so relaxed? Is it that they know that even if they play so poorly, they will still be invited? Why are they not, dying for that shirt? Why are they not going on that field of play to play for the badge and show that they really want to represent this country? So it's sad that we've gotten to this kind of situation where we're playing Lesotho, we are going away to Zimbabwe on Sunday, and there's no confidence at all. Talking about the manager himself, Jose Pesero, how come you set up your team in such a way? When Jose Pesero came on board, I was one of those who said, oh, I like his approach. 4-2-4, playing 4, attacking players up top. But in recent times, even playing 4 has not looked anywhere attacking because it looks like this team is playing without a proper coaching. Why did he even bench Bruno Yimachi, who in our last home game against South Tome and Principe was as a left back, was our most potent attacking outlet. He was always bumping forward and putting in those calls for the Siemens and Co. Why did you bench him for a Jamilu Collins, who just came back from injury? And then you play Frank Onyeka and Alex Iwobi in midfield. And the forwards of the two is Frank Onyeka. Our most creative player is Alex Iwobi. We're seeing Alex Iwobi a lot of times in the first half going to go and pick the ball from the goalkeeper. Who sets up his team like that? You can't find chemistry in this particular team. So I feel that we need to do this. It should be from bottom to top, kind of restructuring. Let's see to say Pesero that it is not the man to take us forward. Let's look for somebody else. Because as much as I don't buy into this, we should have gone with home-based Eagles and all that, I don't buy into it because I believe that even our home-based Eagles, they've not been to the last 2 CHAN. So what justification do you have to play for the national team? As much as I don't buy into that, I've seen coaches back home imprint their philosophy and tactics on teams. Look at Remo Stars. Look at what Ogumodede is doing in Remo Stars. So why have we not seen Jose Pesero do the same thing to Super Eagles of Nigeria? And then we are going around, the whole world with the slogan, let's do it again. What exactly do we want to do again?
What are we doing?
Is this how you want to go win the AFCON? Oh, we will not win the AFCON. I don't even think we'll make the semi-finals.
Kingsley, let me take you on this now. We talk about the fault of the Super Eagles, what went wrong. But let's also give it to Lesotho, who came determined, because there was no form of respect from Lesotho for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And you could tell when they scored that goal, it looked like the world was going to crash, because all the players, even the ones on the bench, they all came out to celebrate that one goal that was scored against Nigeria right there in Uyo. So it meant a lot to the team from Lesotho as well, the Crocodiles.
Absolutely. I'll give it to them. They came with a game plan, and they had to stick with that game plan. I saw a bit of their game against Ivory Coast recently, and I said, oh, this team is a very good team. Even taking them to you where they can get to play good football works. But look at our stars. Look at the stars that play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Look at the team that we put up yesterday. Up top, Victor Boniface, one of the hottest prospects in the Bundesliga, maybe aside from Godswill and Hurricane. He's next. Pairing him with a Taiwo Awoniyi, there's Kelechi Iheanacho, who has been informed for Leicester City. And then you have Ademola Lookman, there's Alex Iwobi. How can these players not break down Lesotho for 90 minutes? Our only goal came via the corner kick. We couldn't break down Lesotho. So what exactly is the coach teaching them? What's our plan? What's the plan? Are we playing through the middle? Are we playing down the flanks? Are we putting the ball in the box? And all of that. It's not working. And I've been saying this ever since Jose Peseiro came on board. That I feel that there's a mistake somewhere. If you remember, when we used to play under Clemens Westerhoff and then Bonfiju, who also played, sometimes 4 up top, right wing, left wing, and then 2 strikers. At that point, we don't used to have what we call all of these playing inverted wingers, a left-footed attacker on the right, a right-footed attacker on the left, where they have to cut into their dominant foot. We used to have right wingers on the right, left wingers on the left. Put the ball in the box for the strikers. Let the strikers have quite enough to feed on. But right now, we don't have that. We have Iheanacho playing on the right. He will cut onto his left and maybe want to take a shot. At the moment they play on the left, they will want to cut to their right and take a shot. If you want to play 4, when it's not working, at the moment you started the match, 20 minutes in, let them switch. Let Iheanacho go to the left and put the crosses in. Let Lookman go to the right. But you just see a coach who sits there and is not doing anything tactically and technically. That's how poor the Super Eagles have been now. I remember in the year 2000, Ghana-Nigeria 2000, ahead of was in our quarterfinal game against South Africa. I remember that when the team sheet came up, before that match, Bonfejo had been swapping Finidi and Tijani Babangida on the right side of our attack. And in that particular match, he went for the 2 of them, playing Tijani Babangida on the left side of the attack as a right footer, wanting to explore the pace of McFish. It worked. We scored our 2 goals and we moved on to the next round. What are our coaches doing now? And who will put all these people on their toes? See, it's sad because we might not qualify for the World Cup.
Well, it is just one game out of a lot of other games that will go down. There'll still be the return legs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this now, Kingsley. Because I asked this question some time ago. I said, look, when Victor Osimhen is not available, who else can fill up that shoes? There's Victor Boniface, there's Taiwo Awoniyi. But was the coach right? I know you've spoken a lot about the coach, his errors and all of that, but was he right to field 2 strikers, Taiwo Awoniyi and Victor Boniface, especially Taiwo Awoniyi, who did a Yakubu Ayegbeni style yesterday in that game against Lesotho?
Yeah, you have to take me there. So I was telling my guys this morning on our show that in as much as Taiwo Awoniyi missed that opportunity, if we had played well, it would have just been, we ought to have scored 6, we scored 3, or we scored 4 because of that, miss. That was like one of the few chances that we had. Playing Victor Boniface and Taiwo Awoniyi was not the issue. Because even when we have Victor Osimhen in recent times, we have been pairing him with either a Boniface, and then when we beat South Tome and Principe 10, away from home, Jose Peseiro played Osimhen and Terry Murphy up top. So you can play 2 strikers, but how do you set up the team? What's the instruction? If you have a Frank Onyeka playing in front of your attacking quartet and not Alex Iwobi, because a lot of times yesterday I saw Alex Iwobi as the deepest line midfielder and not Frank Onyeka, who should be the defensive midfielder, while Alex Iwobi plays in front or behind the quartet. What's the instruction? Are we going to play in through the lines? Or are you going to do route one? Are you going to play by the wings? What exactly is the instruction? Do you want to play tiki-taka? Do you want to pass your opponent to death? Or are you going for strength? Is it the intensity of it? All of these things we don't see the Super Eagles do. And it is basic coaching. That's why it's worrisome, because this doesn't look like it will change any moment from now. And if it doesn't change, we will keep struggling with the Zimbabwe's and the Lesothos and the Burundis, while
Wow.
Morocco, Egypt, and Nigeria and Co are spanking them silly.
True.
So how then do we want to do it again?
We saw Egypt defeat their opponents. We saw Morocco. We've seen Morocco tear teams apart, Senegal tearing teams apart. But it seems difficult for the stars who ply their trade in Europe. Let me put it that way. For the Super Eagles of Nigeria, struggle against lesser teams. But let's talk about two things now. For Jose Peseiro, during the press conference, he was asked a very, very stunning question where he said, would you be surprised if the Nigeria Football Federation fires him as a coach because of this result with Lesotho? And the best response he could give was Nigeria had the better possession in that game. If you were a coach, or if you were a manager, or rather the NFF chairman, what would you do at that point?
This is how low we have gotten to, where the manager is not even scared of such shambolic results. He should be scared of his job. So I don't know what he knows. We are not in there with them. Or maybe he's super confident. Maybe he has been told that no matter what happens, he will lead this team to Cote d'Ivoire next year. And that's why he believes that even if he loses against Lesotho and Zimbabwe, he will still be in charge of the team. You can beat Lesotho at home, and then you are answering that way. Remember that even before the game, he was blaming journalists for the issues in the team. What does he expect us to do? So when the team doesn't play well, are we supposed to mince words? Are we supposed to paper over the crack? Our duty is to say it the way it is. He was blaming journalists at the pre-conference. And now the post-match conference, you still come outside and then you are sounding all bullish and proud, and there's no remorse that you have not done well. No, it shouldn't be. It should never be. And that's the standard that we have now put for ourselves, where Jose Peseiro believes that he is that big, that he cannot be questioned, and people cannot ask him if he will get sacked for not beating Lesotho at home. That's the standard, and that's why I said everybody must share from the blame administratively. If he's not good enough, then let him go. Let's look for a better manager. There are better managers out there that wouldn't even be this expensive.
Talking about administrative issues now, this is the last question now. I mean, the ticket was about 1,000 naira. And when they saw that, look, the fans were not going to turn up for these games, they had to let the doors open for fans to come in and watch the game. Now, are we not supposed to have ticket fees for fans to come play football? Is it a sense of entitlement for fans to go to the stadium to watch Nigeria play football free of charge? Because Nigeria is not the only place we play football. In other countries, football is being played, especially in Europe, where they pay ticket fees to get to watch football. Why is that a different case for Nigerian fans?
Now, it's not on the fans. It's on the organizers. It's on the administrators. I tell you this, in the Nigerian Premier Football League, I've been to different centers across the country, and there are times where I get into a certain stadium and it is filled up. And no matter how much you ask fans to pay, maybe 500, sometimes 200, they will still get to pay to see the game. At some point, we had a Friday night football at the Agege Stadium when MFM, was it MFM that played them? MFM Rangers then. The stadium was filled up. Is it in Kano? Is it Kaduna? Places like in Aba, even Uyo, fans will come out to see a team that gives them joy. So why would you want fans to come watch the Super Eagles of Nigeria when they already have a feeling that this team would disappoint us again? Let's fix the Super Eagles. Let's have a proper coach coaching the team and the team playing well. Put that ticket at 2,000 and you will see fans still pay and troop into the stadium to watch their team.
All right.
But it's because the fans believe that they are not giving us anything. Why will I now go put my money into what will make me sad? That's why the fans are not coming, and that's why you see all these governors throw open the gates time and time again.
All right.
So until we fix that, we shouldn't expect fans to come and watch this mediocrity. It is mediocrity.
It's all right. So the Super Eagles will travel to Zimbabwe to play against Zimbabwe in Butare on Sunday. So I'd say once again, let's do it again. Are you proud of that slogan? As I let you go.
Another draw. Let's do it again. Yeah, we'll play another draw.
All right.
That's the
Thank you very much, Kingsley, for joining us today on the show, talking about the Super Eagles versus Lesotho's game.
All right. Pleasure.
All righty.